Yeah, I'm back. It's so incredibly just it's amusing. You start making a transmission about something of some kind of relevance in this friggin' shithole world, and you're gonna have some stranger walk up and stand right beside your car window and start listening to what you're saying. I think I need an aspirin. I just got a headache. But anyways, I had to end that first transmission. But what I'm getting back to with this, the Internal Revenue Service is not based in the continental U.S. When they established the Internal Revenue Service, and I'm connecting this to Puerto Rico and the Puerto Ricans at 1800 managed to get into housing, blah, 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 blah. Well, number one, they ain't U.S. citizens, and I don't care what anybody on TV tries to tell you, because they're going to try and tell you that bullshit. But in fact, they are not U.S. citizens. They're treated as such. U.S. taxpayers get to support them because they really, other than the raw minerals that the U.S. is eager to get in that country, they really have no interest in those people, except for the fact that this is where they place the Internal Revenue Service when they established it. And the reason that they put it in Puerto Rico is because it is illegal. It is against the United States Constitution to have a federal tax, and the reason being is it was never ratified by all 50 states, which it had to be, or however many states there was at that time. I can't remember if Hawaii and Alaska were in on that or not, but it doesn't matter. However many fucking states were around, it had to be ratified by all of them, and they didn't do it because they did it 2 days before Christmas. This is a way they do this stuff. This is the way they do this bullshit. So, you got... They avoided the U.S. Constitution by... And the reason it is... You know, our founding fathers set that up in the U.S. Constitution to be that way is because it's called taxation without representation. But those few elite people that control this world, they managed to do it by bypassing the U.S. Constitution and not putting the Internal Revenue Service main office on the continental United States. They put it in Puerto Rico. Do I think that has something to do with 1,800 Puerto Ricans getting out of a nice air-conditioned hotel with all their food paid into housing? Do I think it might have something to do with that? Maybe just a little. Maybe just a little bit. And I'm a U.S.-born citizen. I've been working since I was 14 years old. Been paying in taxes. But you didn't hear my name on no radio, did you? At least not on this kind of radio that you got in your car or in your house. Maybe on another kind of radio. So this is where the bullshit is. And it's all bullshit, man. It's just... The bullshit gets so deep and so thick you need really high boots because... And you know what? Yes, I'm a product of the 60s. Have I ever trusted the government? No. Even before I had any sense, I never trusted them. I grew up in an era where you did not... I mean, we already knew back in the 60s the CIA was putting drugs in the body cavities of dead soldiers and shipping it back, and it's documented. A lady testified and signed an affidavit saying that they were the one distributing the drugs up and down the East Coast. So, you know, I grew up in a time when I knew it was all bullshit, and I knew the government didn't give a shit about you. And at this point in my life, It's all confirmed. I know it. And you know what? If you think the government cares about you, try not paying your mortgage or your property taxes. Or let's start out something little. Next time your car registration comes up, just don't pay it. Don't go in and get it renewed. You'll find out the bullshit and how much the old government cares about you. And this is not an anti-government rant. It is, on this channel, I simply state facts. Because there's too much truth out there, incriminating proof, to make shit up, man. So, that's what I have to say about that. And you know what? I'm the type of person, I believe everyone in this world has a free chance. I am not a racist. As a matter of fact, I think it's okay, that these people got into some kind of housing. I'm not begrudging them of that. I'm simply pointing out that I'm actually a U.S. citizen that was born in this country. I am not from a territory where they give preferential treatment simply because they have an illegal enterprise set up in that country known as the Internal Revenue Service. So, these are things that I just observe, I point out, they're factual. You can believe it if you want, you don't have to believe it. It doesn't matter to me. But, I'm not racist. I have no problems with anyone. There may be a group of people in this world that I know what they are and I know how they control finance, but that's a whole nother transmission and I'm not going to get into it. All you got to do, Google Google what family has over half of the money of the entire friggin' world, and you'll get an idea of the group that I'm talking about. And it's not all of them. I was gonna say the region that they originated from, but I don't know. You might also Google Ashkenazi. Yeah. Give you an idea where all this bullshit comes from. Everything in history is a lie. Those that control the media, they control history. And history is all one big, deep, just abominable lie. And it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. When you research, you find out ain't nothing as it appears. So this is kind of like a follow-up to the last video where I was talking about finance. If you want to get to the truth about anything and how much your government cares about you, research finance. Start out there, and then, if you feel comfortable and, it's not too overwhelming, because this stuff can be very overwhelming. So, you know what? After searching finance, you might move on to religion, and then you would really get your mind blown. And as a matter of fact, this group that I really am not going to name because I don't want to get pegged anti-anything, and people love to do this. This is actually a ploy that they're using these days in order to pull people from speaking the truth. Anti this, anti that, and what they are is anti-truth. They don't want the truth out there. But when you start to, if you Google Ashkenazi, you're going to find out these same individuals that control the worldwide media and what we're fed to believe, they also control the world finance. That's irony. But you know, when you control all that, you write history. You rewrite history to your own agenda. And this is what has happened. So anyways, that's about it. I just, you know what? I just had to say something about what I heard on the radio the other day. It actually, I thought, wow, you know, I've been in that system 2 months now, trying to, you know, get in to somewhere to live, and you know, I hear on the radio 1,800 Puerto Ricans found housing, or had housing found for them, and I just kind of thought that was, it was probably directed at me. Probably nobody else heard it but me. Or, you know, because nobody, if it ain't got nothing to do with Jay-Z or Beyonce, they don't hear it, you know, but I heard it. Oh well, that's it. That's the end of the transmission. Everybody have a blessed day and try to make the best of it, alright? Peace out.